Hello, my friends. Thank you once again for joining us on this Wednesday evening. Welcome to Kardec Radio and Spiritism, a closer look. I'm Luiz Lima, broadcasting tonight from Orlando, Florida. As we know, we do this program every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And today's program, we are going to take a closer look at the four kingdoms of creation. You can find this information on the Spirits book, questions that go from 585 through 613. There's a lot of information in there, so we're going to compile, a short program here to discuss the issue. So, first thing, God is above all things. God is the creator. So the entire creation is under his control. So the creation is guided by this divine supreme intelligence. Everything, life and all the minerals and absolutely everything is under his control. So, in order to study all of these things, the four kingdoms, Allan Kardec, in the Spirits book, of course, with the help of the spirits, he categorizes these kingdoms, or the beings of creation. So there's a broad category which is based on two things. We have inorganic beings and organic beings. That's a starting point here. Inorganic beings are the minerals. So under this classification of inorganic beings, there's only one kingdom, which is the mineral kingdom. On the second one, the organic beings, we have subcategories, three of them: vegetable kingdom, animal kingdom, and human kingdom. So that makes the four kingdoms. One is formed by inorganic beings, the minerals, and the other three, vegetable, animal, and human kingdoms, formed by organic beings. Just to put things in perspective, this classification does take in consideration the gradual development of the intelligent principle. This is not merely biological, for example. No. This classification is based also on the idea that there is progress. The intelligent principle develops. It will become better and better and better. So we're going to talk about each one of these four kingdoms in a little more detail, and then we can wrap it up with some conclusion here. So, first one, the mineral kingdom. Well, mineral kingdom, for each of these kingdoms, we're going to talk about the characteristics of those kingdoms and how Spiritism sees them, each one of them. So for the mineral kingdom, some characteristics. Inert matter. So it's just matter, inert, which obeys the laws of physics and chemistry. That's it. It's matter without life. There is no life in the mineral kingdom. There is no consciousness. There is only cohesion, cohesion forces, binding electrons and molecules and so on and so on. So there's only cohesion, attraction, formation of structures. That's what it is for the mineral kingdom. That's, just a basic generic characteristics. Now, for the Spiritist analysis, or from the Spiritist point of view, we could say a little bit more. The minerals, the mineral kingdom, serves as the foundation for all life. All life, whatever it is, vegetables, animals, us, humans, uh, we have in our bodies, for example, our bodily composition is all based on these elements, the elements, basic elements of nature, the minerals. We have minerals in our bodies. We have water. Water is key, is crucial. It's a simple compound, but it's essential for life's development. So life, anything life, comes above and dependent on the mineral kingdom. So this is the first stage. We could say that the mineral kingdom is the first stage of creation. And of course, it's organized by the supreme intelligence. So things like crystals, metals, other basic structures, these are all part of the mineral kingdom. And again, no life, no consciousness here. But it serves as a stepping element for the other kingdoms. The vegetable kingdom. Let's go through some characteristics here. So first of all, life, of course, possesses life, but it doesn't have any intelligence. It's life without intelligence. That's the vegetable kingdom. What we are going to see here is growth. Plants grow. So we're going to see growth. We are going to see reproduction. We are going to see things like adaptation to the environment, which is actually something that Charles Darwin extensively researched. So growth, reproduction, and adaptation to the environment. Those are typical characteristics of the plants, vegetable kingdom. To a certain degree, we see sensitivity here, but no awareness of existence, just sensitivity. For example, if you put a plant on a dark room and you open a tiny, tiny, tiny little hole that goes outside, and so the sunlight can come in, you're going to see that the vegetable will, tend to grow that way towards that. That's a degree, it shows some degree of sensitivity there. But again, there's no awareness of existence. So life here at this level, the vegetable kingdom, is just an automated, or I could say an automatic biological set of functions, but no thought, no free will, nothing like this. So everything happens automatically. It's all automated. What is the Spiritist point of view on top of these characteristics for the vegetable kingdom? Well, the first and most important one is the appearance or the existence or the introduction of something called vital principle. Vital, the word vital means life, relates to life. So plants and the vegetable kingdom, so is the animal and human kingdoms, they have this vital principle on top of the basic elements of matter, which are part of the mineral kingdom. So we could say that the vegetable kingdom takes place or happens, the transition from one to another will take place when the intelligent principle is able to use the vital principle. Then we get away from the mineral kingdom and into the vegetable kingdom, because then there's life. That's life. So the vital principle is a key element in Spiritism to understand everything life. So plants do not have intelligence or free will, but they react to stimuli. That sensitivity, they react to stimuli. Actually, science nowadays confirms that the plants communicate through chemical signals. And that reinforces Spiritism view on their sensitivity. I just saw the other day something about corn, fields of corn, how the plants communicate underground. to one another. It's very interesting. And at times there are, believe it or not, conflicts. So they have to put these plants further apart. They can't be very close in certain areas, certain places, because it depends on the type of soil. But it's an interesting thing. So at this stage, and we're talking about right now the vegetable kingdom. At this stage, we can say that's the awakening of life, something that is not present in the vegetable kingdom. So not present. I'm sorry, not present in the mineral kingdom. In the vegetable kingdom, yes, we have the awakening of life. And then we go on to the next one, the animal kingdom, which are, more next level up in terms of evolution. Some of the characteristics of the animal kingdom. Behavior is based on instinct. You see, on the vegetable kingdoms, instinct is not there, it's not present. So instinct starts with the animal kingdom. And the beings in the animal kingdom, their behavior is driven by survival needs. They need to survive. They need to find food. They need to go after their needs. They need to change locations because, there's not enough food. There's not enough water. So their behavior is based on instinct, and it drives their survival needs. Their intelligence is extremely rudimentary, very, very rudimentary. They have emotions, and to a certain degree, they have some sort of social organization. And we can see this in some of these documentaries on TV. We see species being organized in their own way, of course, not like us, but there is a sense of social organization, which is also interesting. These beings, animal kingdom, these beings, they have the ability to learn. The plants don't. So that's another plus here. They have the ability to learn. They experience sensations. They interact with the environment, with nature. So it's a whole different level. It's a step up from the vegetable kingdoms. These are some characteristics of the animal kingdom. How do we spiritists see that? What is the spiritist perspective on the animal kingdom? So first, the animals do have intelligence, limited, but they do have it. It's limited compared to us humans. They retain memory. That's why they can learn things. They retain, you can teach things to your dog, to monkeys, to even tigers and lions that we see, using different methods. But they can learn. They have the ability to retain memory. They feel emotions. They feel sad. They feel happy. And we can see that in the animals. However, they lack moral discernment. Moral is not at the level of the animal kingdom, not yet. It isn't. So some species, like dolphins, dogs, elephants, they have a higher degree of intelligence, transitioning into the start of having a higher level of consciousness. However, there is no moral here at this level. The treatment of animals, the way we treat these animals, shows in part our moral responsibility. They don't have moral discernment, but we do. So the way that we interact with them and with the vegetables shows at the human level, moral responsibility. So at this stage, the animal kingdom, we could say that life is with instinct and with the development of intelligence. It's the start of intelligence. And again, instinct is something that appears in the animal kingdom. It's not in the vegetable kingdom. Not there. Okay, so then we go to the next one up, which is us here, human kingdom. Let's go through just an overview of some of the characteristics in the human kingdom. Some key distinctions of humans. So first of all, self-awareness. Another one, moral reasoning. Of course, in different levels. But within the human kingdom, it makes sense to talk about moral. In the animal kingdom, it doesn't make sense. It's not present at that level, but it is present at our level. Of course, some people have better or higher moral standards, some others less, but still, it's something that belongs into in our kingdom, humans' kingdom. So unlike animals, humans can reflect upon our actions. We can reflect upon our actions and make ethical choices, or make better choices maybe, which does not happen in the animal kingdom. So it's a big plus. It's a tremendous difference. The ability to reflect upon our actions. Not that we do it, but we have the ability. We have that capacity. In terms of consciousness, we are at a much more advanced level compared to animals. So we have a much deeper understanding of God. We have basic understanding of justice and love. It's basic because, we are in different stages. So as we transition into the human kingdom, we are at the very bottom of it, per se. Our notions of God, justice, and love is like slim or a little blurry, I would say. As we go along and we develop more, we have a better understanding of it. It's something that grows within as we go along. So the process of raising consciousness and deeper understanding more and more about God, justice, and love is done through a series of reincarnations. We have to come back here. That's how we develop, that's how we evolve intellectually and morally across lifetimes. So reincarnation is our way of doing this. How does Spiritism see this? What's the Spiritist perspective on the human kingdom? So, first of all, we said that in the beginning, the intelligent principle develops, it evolves. So the intelligent principle, which starts in the vegetable kingdom, passes through the lower kingdoms before reaching the human form. So there's development here. It's according to the law of progress, by the way. There's a gradual development through the three kingdoms, but the true individualization only happens at the human kingdom, at the human phase. That's when we are a separate, altogether individual, that we recognize ourselves as a unique entity, different than the others. You see, animals not necessarily have that idea. We do. So we have awareness about ourselves, each one of us. So the spiritual evolution is not about physical transformation. It's about moral and intellectual progress. The physical transformation the evolution based on physical transformation only, that's what Charles Darwin was studying for such a long time, for decades. Yeah. Spiritism sees this from the spiritual point of view. It's about moral progress. It's about intellectual progress. So at this stage, the human kingdom stage, there are two things that become really important: intelligence and free will. See, free will appears in the human kingdom. It does not appear before the human kingdom. Animals and plants don't have free will. We do. And we do, some people have the idea they have less free will. Some other people have the idea they have more free will. That depends on their level of morality and intelligence, their level of advancement, moral advancement. But we all have intelligence and free will. Free will it's something that we are going to have a separate program, because there's a lot of things that we need to discuss. So it's going to be one of the upcoming programs. But again, we do have free will. Animals and plants don't. We have intelligence. Animals and plants don't. So the role of reincarnation in evolution, it becomes very clear here as we go along through the questions that I mentioned in the beginning in the Spirits book. Spirits evolve by going through these stages. The intelligent principle evolves all the way from the first forms of life into the human form. Everything in nature follows the law of progress. Everything. It's a law. We can't change it. So the intelligent principle must gradually, refine itself before acquiring moral and intellectual abilities at a higher level. Each experience in the kingdoms, in these kingdoms prepares the spirit for higher levels of consciousness. So take somebody with a very high level of consciousness, Jesus. He had to go through all of this. We will be there one day as well. But it's the law. It's law of progress. So a spirit passing through the animal phase might develop survival instincts and emotional bonds before it can reincarnate as a human. And then it will refine its moral awareness. So what is this moral awareness exactly? It's the ability, the understanding that we need to achieve higher levels of consciousness by choice. Not that we are going to sit and stay just like this, waiting for a divine decree to give us to award us a higher level of consciousness. No, it's something we need to conquer. And so this achieving higher levels of consciousness happens by choice. It's our free will. Free will. We can delay it more. We can, just go faster because we have free will, but it's by choice. It's not something that comes, a letter in the mail as of now you got a better conscious level. No such a thing. So, all of these things that we said, and I really encourage you to read the questions, 585 through 613. Not read, study the questions. We're doing just like a panoramic overview here. So everything in nature is connected. Everything is linked together. As the spirit evolves, you will pass through, you will progress through all these different stages until it reaches this level of full consciousness, which is spirit like Jesus. So it's all organized and overseen by God, by the supreme intelligence. Now, we can do this easier or make it more difficult. because we have free will. Our journey depends on us primarily. Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining us today for this talk about the four kingdoms. And don't forget, Spirit's book, questions 585 through 613. Thanks so much. We'll be here next Wednesday at 7 p.m.